Welcome to Study Loop.
All right, so you can find VW if we find ZW, because it would be true using the Pythagorean theorem that 13 squared would be equal to 5 squared plus ZW squared. And so 13 squared subtract 5 squared is 144. And so if that's equal to ZW squared, then ZW equals the square root of 144, which is 12. And then therefore, VW would have to be 24 because there'd be 12 on each side. To find arc YW would be the same as the central angle, so let's use that right triangle and a right triangle trig. 5 is adjacent, 13 is hypotenuse. We can say that the sine of angle X is equal to adjacent over, I'm just saying adjacent and I wrote sine, excuse me. We should be saying the cosine of angle X is equal to 5 over 13, adjacent over hypotenuse. So angle X would be the inverse cosine of 5/13. Make sure your calculator's in degree mode. And the inverse cosine of 5/13 is 67.4 degrees. That central angle of 67.4 degrees is the same as the measure of the arc. If we want to find PH, knowing that HK is 30 and PM is 8. If HK is 30, then HN would be 15, PN would also be 8, and PH could be found using the Pythagorean theorem. PH is the hypotenuse, so PH squared would be equal to 8 squared plus 15 squared. 8 squared plus 15 squared is 289, and the square root of 289 is 17. In arc GJ, if we find just the measure of one angle, then from this right triangle we can double it to find the whole entire arc. So let's find the measure of angle, what I'm going to call P in this right triangle. Let me highlight it in red. We want to find P. And we know the opposite. We know all parts, but I'll use tangent, opposite, and adjacent because it would be true that the tangent of angle P would be equal to 15 over 8. So angle P would be the inverse tangent of 15/8. And the inverse tangent of 15/8 is 61.9 degrees, which would then be doubled to find the measure of the arc because this is only half of that arc. And so that would 123.9 degrees.